Reformed Devotion number 5 of 365, Counting the True Cost from Holiness by J.C. Ryle. And whoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it, lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, This man began to build and was not able to finish. Luke chapter 14, verses 27 through 30. Let me mention some things which should always enter into our calculations in counting the cost of true Christianity. Set down honestly and fairly what you will have to give up and go through if you become Christ's disciple. Leave nothing out. Put it all down. But then set down side by side the following sums which I am going to give you. Do this fairly and correctly, and I am not afraid for the result. Count up and compare the life that now is and the life to come. If you are a true-hearted and holy Christian, the time present, no doubt, is not a time of ease. It is a time of watching and praying, fighting and struggling, believing and working. But it is only a few years. The time future is the season of rest and refreshing. Sin shall be cast out, Satan shall be bound, and best of all, it shall be a rest forever. It is written, Our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. 2 Corinthians 4:17 and 18. Count up and compare the pleasures of sin and the happiness of God's service. If you are a true-hearted and holy Christian, the pleasures that the worldly man gets by his ways are hollow, unreal, and unsatisfying. They are like the fire of thorns, flashing and crackling for a few minutes and then quenched forever. The happiness that Christ gives to his people is something solid, lasting, and substantial. It is not dependent on health or circumstances. It never leaves a man, even in death. It ends in a crown of glory that fades not away. It is written, The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. As the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. Job 20, verse 5, and Ecclesiastes 7, verse 6. But it is also written, Peace I leave with you, my peace give I unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. John chapter 14, verse 27. Count up and compare the trouble that true Christianity entails and the troubles that are in store for the wicked beyond the grave. Grant for a moment that Bible reading and praying and repenting and believing and holy living require pains and self-denial. It is all nothing compared to the wrath to come, which is stored up for the impenitent and unbelieving. A single day in hell will be worse than a whole life spent in carrying the cross. The worm that never dies and the fire that is not quenched are things which it passes man's power to conceive fully or describe. It is written, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Luke chapter 16, verse 25.